Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Today is Friday the 13th, and I would like to say that a lot of change is coming, and it's coming through our ancestors. And if you really take the numbers from today, which is 5, 13, 22, and to me, which is 5, 4, 4, it lets me know that great change is coming. And it lets me know that all this change and everything that is coming is the push of our ancestors. But also, in order for change to come, in order for things to come, you have to clean out things. You have to unclutter. You have to declutter. You have to get rid of the excess baggage. And I'm not talking about the excess baggage in your home. I'm talking about the excess baggage in you. Things that you kind of pushed on the back burner, things that you haven't been dealing with, things that you haven't been fully open and aware of, or you are fully open and aware of and you just don't feel like dealing with it at the moment because, number one, you're too busy, or number two, you're just scared. It's okay to be scared to deal with things that you need to deal with. But when it's some things that keeps coming up and keeps coming up and keeps popping up and you keep repeating the same cycles, or every few months or every few years the same stuff keeps coming up, it's a cycle that needs to be dealt with. It's another lesson that you're going through another lesson that you didn't learn. Maybe you did learn a little bit, but maybe you didn't. But take it with a grain of salt and just go at it and do what you have to do. Now, as I give you this message, I'm also talking to myself. And when I say go out and just be you, be you, be you, be the you. It doesn't matter that you've been hurt. It doesn't matter that you have some toxic traits. It doesn't matter that, you're intimidated. Stop being intimidated. Stop worrying about those things and stop making excuses and just be you. Walk into your power and walk into your truth. Walk into who you are. Say what you got to say. Say what's on your mind. A lot of times we have a lot of stuff to say and we just keep it bottled up. Stop keeping it bottled up. Say it. But when you say it, don't be projecting yourself off on someone when you say it. Be mindful of the things that you're saying. I sit here every day and I write affirmations. And when I write affirmations, I put the affirmations up on my page, but I also have few people that I send these affirmations to. But every time I sit and I meditate and affirmations come, affirmations that I don't put up are just affirmations that are for me. But sometimes I ask myself, with that affirmation that comes, do I really need to write that? Or is it just being me, being a projection of what I'm going through? And if I feel like the answer is yes, and my ancestors say the answer is yes, I feel like that message was for me. And to fix and do what it is that I need to do. And then come up with another message for the collective. But we all, in all actuality, you cannot pour from an empty vessel. I know a lot of times we want to keep helping those and helping those and helping those. And it's just like in our nature to help because we feel that's the kindness of our heart. But sometimes you got to cut that kindness off and notice when people are taking your kindness for weakness. If it's not serving you a purpose and you feel like the stuff and the information that you're giving to them or what you're doing for the person, at the end, it's just like they shit on your face and don't do what they're supposed to do, or they don't do what you told them to. And then when everything falls down, they look for you to fix it. You're not the fixer person. You're not the person that meant it. You tell them to fix themselves. Because a lot of times we get so incorporated up in other people and trying to help other people. And guess who we forget about? Ourselves. We forget about us. How are you able to help someone if you are emotionally drained, if you're tired, if you got inner childhood things are coming, triggers that are coming, and you just push them back because you want to help people? That's not right. That's not the right thing to do. That's called people pleasing. Help yourself first. Do what you have to do for yourself first. Because in all actuality, when you do what you have to do for yourself and you heal self, not the adult self, but I'm talking about the inner child self, the shadow self, you become the person that not only is helping the person, but it's changed now. You are empowering people. You are helping them navigate and understand what it is that they need to do for themselves. They come to you for an answer, but all you're doing is simply helping them pull the answers out of themselves and recognize what it is that they need to do. So what I want you all to take time out today is take time out to recognize who you are. Sit down with yourself. Be quiet. Let the thoughts come in. If you're tired of yourself, then figure out why the hell you're tired of yourself. If you're being triggered, figure out the root of you being triggered. Stop making excuses or getting so busy that you won't want to deal with it, because it's still going to be right there. So either you're going to deal with it now or you're going to deal with it later. Because in the later time when you deal with it, it might be too late and it transpired all out of place. When you just could have took the action to do what it needed to be done when it was freshly and new right there. Where all it took was something small that you would have to take out your life, or something small that you would have to do or navigate or just speak up for yourself or change that habit. Now it's become a full-blown habit that you got to go back and figure out where the hell and how the hell you're going to stop this. So I tell you today, what you going to do for yourself? What you going to do for yourself? Are you going to be you? Just be you. Good and the bad and the ugly you. It doesn't matter. Be you, and be transparent enough to know when you need to fix you for you. Y'all have a good day, and I'll be back again. And remember, I know we're in retrograde with Pluto, and I know we're in retrograde with Mercury, and I always say, don't work against Mercury retrograde. Let it work for you. Anything that comes up with Mercury retrograde is certain things that you need to deal with it, and deal with it head on. So when Mercury retrograde does leave, and when we're out of Mercury retrograde, you open up doors for yourself that needs to be open. You cannot open up doors if you're still mustering and hoarding and full of a whole bunch of things that you shouldn't have be. Let's go on to a new journey, a new path, and y'all have a good one.